Hey guys, our crazy doctor is back. Do you remember that in the last chapter, he ended up at the house of the little red witch? And Lynn is unstoppable. He says to her, I remember you saying you didn't like her being cute, right? So explain this to me. Why is she wearing this handsome wool outfit? Can I know? The witch says, no, it wasn't me. But our protagonist says, you don't need to explain anything else, okay? Just admit that you love seeing your cute little daughter. There's nothing wrong with that. In a way, she reminds you of yourself. Since even though you're an evil spirit, you still have a human heart. The more he talks, the prettier the witch becomes. She's thinking, maybe I really can't forget about my human life. If I hadn't died that day, I would just be a normal woman. I would have gotten married and had a daughter. However, reality was different. I've already died and now I'm an evil spirit. And that's why I have no choice but to accept the evil identity of this world. And my humanity has already been buried in the deepest part of my consciousness. But how did this doctor find out? I buried these feelings extremely well. The system warns Lynn that he managed to break some of the spirit's hatred. But our boy is unstoppable. He needs to completely end all of her hostility. So he makes an offer. Madam, I don't think you like turning into an evil spirit very much. If you want, I can help you become permanently human. She seems to doubt him. Huh? You think you can stop kidding yourself? Just because you fixed my daughter, do you think you can do the same with me? You don't understand. Her evil spirit hadn't taken shape yet, but mine already has. Speaking of which, you've only seen my face, haven't you? She then starts to transform. Her leg, all bloody. Wow, it's getting really ugly. Stop it, she says. I don't think you've seen a truly corrupted spirit yet. Are you still confident in changing me? The little kid is even crying. The devil mother talking, damnation, pain, resist. I am the embodiment of all that. Do you think you can solve this with your hand? Our boy's sanity is plummeting. The poor thing is thinking, now I'm screwed. She's so ugly, it's beyond my knowledge. But I need to stay calm. If she realizes I'm scared, she'll eat me. The crisis is already at 99%, almost reaching 100%. Our boy closes his eyes and says he has a solution. He's going to use that curse correction ability he received. However, the system wants him to be careful because her curse is extremely corrupted. Not everything may go as planned. Our boy doesn't care. He just uses the curse removal. A glow starts emanating from his hand. Some little souls ascending to heaven. He then manages to undo it, but the little witch ends up naked. He's left with a crown in his hand. And the system says, the curse has been removed. Recharge time, 12 hours. I would say that in this new form, the witch became even more dangerous. Lynn says, I told you it wasn't a lie. She's a bit confused, saying, it's impossible. How did you pull the curse out of me? Our boy is now all confident. I told you I'm a doctor, and I never abandon my clients. Already behind the little girl, she's celebrating while my AdSense is sweating bullets. But our boy is confused. It seems she's gone crazier without the curse. A little later, our hero is with the child, waiting for the mother to return from the room. It's been a while, and he's even received something from the system. But when she comes, sorry for making you wait. However, she comes back extremely dangerous with all this charm and says, sorry, it took me a little while to change clothes. Our protagonist blushes. He's even wondering, is this someone else? She even apologizes to him, saying she did excessive things. Lynn says, it's okay. They're neighbors now. Helping each other is what matters. But she's looking to the side, blushing, saying, I didn't expect him to actually remove it all like that. The favorability is skyrocketing. And he warns her, I remove the curse but not permanently. In 24 hours, you'll return to your original appearance. She says, only 24 hours? He says, yes, but if you always come to visit me, it will be permanent. She already has a smile on her face. Really? Can I come to your shop every day then? +20 +20 favorability. He gives a thumbs up saying, of course. I'll even give you a 20% discount. Slightly thinking, not only did I solve the crisis, but I gained a lifelong customer. However, she's all excited, asking, a discount? Do I have to pay anything? Our boy says, unfortunately, it consumes a lot of his energy. And since their shop is a small place, it's just a small fee. Nothing major. She's there saying, okay, so what's the price then? Lynn is confused. Why are you talking so much about money? You were very powerful. You must have money at least. She says that actually she doesn't. She never cared much about it. Usually what she likes is to consume the person. She comes blushing, staring at our boy, who says, "It doesn't matter if you don't have money. You can pay with other things, body parts, herbs, curses." I accept. She then makes the best offer. She approaches, asking, "Is this okay?" Our boy takes a step back, now blushing. And she's already pulling down the strap of her dress. She throws herself and looks at the smile. But he says, "Madam, please respect yourself." She says, "Earlier you called me baby. Why not call me that again?" Our boy is there trying to stop her. Our shop doesn't accept these kinds of payments. She asks, "But didn't you say you would accept anything as long as it was valuable enough? Or do you believe I'm not worth that?" Lynn is lost, but do I do? I'm just an innocent teenager. She's too powerful for me. She has over 100 years of experience. He's just looking. No, I'm losing my chance to make money, and this will drain my energy. But she's already in his deer, hesitating. He closes his eyes. "I can't," and pushes her away. But the witch asks, "What's wrong? Have you never been intimate with a friend?" Our hero says nothing. She insists, "Not even a kiss? Not even held a hand?" The system says, "You feel extremely humiliated." She then says she will teach him step by step, like a little teacher. Man, I don't know what happened, but he's sitting on the bed. And the system sent the achievement. Congratulations on receiving the achievement. An incred first time. He really tamed the little monster blonde. He doesn't forgive at all. Her favorability towards him increased by 50 more. He gained 400 experience. She even has to put her stockings back on, telling him, "You better wait because next night she will come back again." He takes care of her. She takes care of him. Wow, this doctor pays too much attention to his patients. She even squeezes his shoulder and says, every time he removes the curse, she will teach him a new powerful technique. Our boy runs off. For completing the whole mission, he receives a blood demon cloak. It allows him to become like an evil spirit, invisible and apparently untouchable. However, he has to be careful because using that, he also can't attack anyone. Our boy curses the system. "What are you talking about completing the mission successfully? I'm turning into a pervert. I'm spreading fear everywhere and still accepting payment from a woman with her body. Not only did you put me in a dangerous situation, but I was also seduced." Finished in the chair, he's still thinking, "Thank God I put all the points into resistance. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to withstand all that hip force. Truly a wicked girl. I will definitely continue putting points into Constitution." Our boy is getting ready for the visit, sneaky guy. But it's at this moment that he notices something. It's been 3 days and the professor hasn't returned. Did something happen? He then enters the vision world, spending 500 coins, and checks the YouTuber's chat. The blood doll is asking, Queen, how did things go? That human apprentice of blood saw. How was his death? Tell me." The queen says, "Yes, he received his punishment." The doll asks, "How was it? Did he suffer a lot?" She says, "Yes, he was powerful, but after striking him with great force several times, in the end, he was finished." The burnt mummy asks, "What do you mean he was powerful? What happened?" She says, "Everything went fine." She ate him. It just happened in a different way. Our boy is there. Damn it, this woman is so open-minded. She's telling everyone. Worse still, it's in this chat here. The whole city will see. Forget it. I'll focus on my business. He enters the regional channel, but there's no information there either. So he goes to the global channel to see if he can find anything. Since there was no information, he creates a post asking if anyone saw the chainsaw maniac. But to create the post, it costs 1,000 coins. That's expensive. Looking above all, he thinks, it's a concept very similar to Earth's video games. Could the person controlling this place also be a human? At that moment, a pentagram appears. Someone is trying to contact him. So we saw a kind of gargoyle in the territory world, the place that serves as a bridge to connect dark worlds with others. However, sacrifices must be offered. Lynn gets excited. Wait, connect with other worlds? With the right sacrifice, can I go back to my world? But when he tries to use it, the system says, you don't have sufficient permissions to use this function. He realizes he'll have to level up to unlock that. But at least now he has the trading area, and he decides to go take a look. Several shops selling spells, powers, weapons, and one with a skull selling high-level stuff suitable for humans. Another one also sells organs and limbs to connect to other people, and even one there that sells some friends who can knock you out all night. Our hero feels like it really resembles a video game. Was the creator of this world a kid addicted to the internet? The system explains that he can teleport into any shop he wants, and that to open his own shop costs 10,000 gold coins. So he decides to create one with the name Blood Chains Pharmacy. But when he clicks, it says, duplicate information. The Blood Chains Pharmacy store already exists. Him. What do you mean? Wait, teleport. And he appears in front of a big door. Does the boss already have a store here? So he opens the door, but the shop requires a password to enter. Since he has no idea, he decides to guess based on what the professor likes. He starts trying some. Single 200 years. The disciple is the cutest. What the hell is this? Obviously, he misses everything. I love you, Lin. He got it right. Upon entering the shop, he sees that the design is basically identical to theirs in the real world. However, it needs a little maintenance. That's when the system says, to enter or exit this shop, it costs 500 skull coins. Our hero is shocked. Wow, 500 just to enter and exit? Where was Sarah getting all that money from? But for now, the shop has 4,000 coins saved. Our guru decides to check the store's history and sees that his professor was selling a bunch of organs and pieces of monsters. Lin then understands. When the professor arrived with that crew in the bag, he went to the operating room, cut, and took everything to this shop here. The shop in the underworld is just a disguise where his real money comes from. And our guru is even more impressed. The creatures he seems to be killing are very strong by their names, and there are a lot of them, which shows how strong the professor is. Our protagonist then sees a message left a few days ago. Some old friend of his invited him to explore something called the Hanging Tower, and that the professor belonged to the Demon Association for 10 years. Our hero thinks this is his last location. But it seems he already participated in the association. It shouldn't be a problem, right? So he decides to take advantage. Since he's in this world, it's the perfect chance to make more money than ever. And with the money, he'll give a lift to this shop. He goes to the back to make more of those critical attack potions that make you bald. With the potions ready, it's time to market the store. He still has to pay another 1,000 coins to create a giant billboard on top. He makes the announcement, it's the critical potion. Only 3,000, and you'll finish your enemies. He stares at the door, thinking a crowd will come. But no one does. They'll come soon, right? I'll just spend a little more to do some marketing. But the shop is just cobwebs. No one comes. Damn it, I've already spent 5,000 coins. Why hasn't anyone shown up yet? You know what? Let's change tactics. He puts a succubus with the potion that makes the guy extremely resistant, enough to withstand a succubus doing gymnastics on top of him. The sly one is the king of marketing. So he creates a bunch of fake profiles to keep commenting on his store. Wow, this critical potion is the best of all. After I took it, oh, no one can handle my attacks anymore. Now he's confident they'll show up. Sure enough, a bunch of monsters really show up, all asking to enter the store. The guys are asking, Boss, is it true that you sell a potion that will make me irresistible to women? I need it. My girl just dumped me, man. I need that potion to prove to her that I can handle a succubus. Lin is even confused. Why did this marketing work so well? I almost feel sorry for these creatures. But now that it's worked, it's time to make money. But when he goes outside, everyone is desperate. There's even a girl there. Why do you want that? Your hubby can't handle it? Our sneaky boy arrives and gives a little speech. Wow, there are so many people here, but I only have 30 potions. What should I do? Obviously, the guys with more money start bidding. I'll pay more than everyone else, 4,000 for a bottle. The little skeleton throws in a chest. Do you think only you have money here, you jerk? Boss, 5,000 for the bottle. I want all 30 now. 5,000. 6,000. 7,000. 7,500. Everyone is desperate. Our boy is there drooling, saying, Don't fight, folks. Let's take it easy here. There's enough for everyone. Lie, because I know there isn't. He thinks, I didn't do anything wrong, right? It's just marketing. The system even gives him some points for deceiving everyone. He gets angry at the system, saying, What are you talking about, system? I didn't deceive anyone. The potion's effect really is the best there is. But then he remembers, oh no, I'm going to make everyone bald in this place. I have to go back home and create a potion to make hair. Let the guys know he's back. We then see an army of elves against a bunch of creatures. Did they buy the bald potion? One comes with a box saying, Leader, the supplies have arrived. It's said that this potion doubles your critical. It's amazing. The goal list is incredulous. Doubles? How can something have such a good effect? What's the side effect? The soldier says, Nobody knows yet, sir. But suddenly a bunch of monsters are coming. The leader gives the order, Defend yourselves, everyone. Raise your spears. The battle begins, but the number of insects is almost infinite. There's no way to stop them. The guys are thinking, there's no way. We need more power to win this. I'll have to trust that doctor. He drinks the potion. He starts emitting a purple aura. This power. What is this? Boom! I've become stronger. Captain, your hair! But the captain says, none of that matters. Oh yeah! He throws a spear in the air. It shatters the creature far away. In the next second, everyone is flying bald. The newspaper says, recently, strange events have occurred in all regions of Sin City. Most of them related to bald heads. In the Blood Clan, a person went bald and broke all records ever seen. A boat that was missing at sea was detected because one of the people was shining too much. Meanwhile, our hero is producing the potion. 10 reputation in Sin City. 5 popularity with the Black Elves. He's confused, but with no time to spare, the potion production doesn't stop. Now I'm ready to make another fortune. My God, here comes another potion. Potion of flesh and blood proliferation. A potion that quickly regenerates any trauma and even lost limbs. But there are some small side effects. There's already someone knocking on the door. When our boy looks, oops, hey there, friend. Yeah, you're missing an arm there. The system shows that her combat ability is small, but she's not weak. But in this dark world, she has difficulty competing against other species. Our protagonist tells her to come in and sit down. She timidly says that her arm was eaten by a monster and she needs treatment or she'll die. Can he help her? Our hero receives the mission to rebuild her arm. Lin says he can fix that arm. She doesn't need to worry. However, she asks, Are you sure you're not trying to trap me, drug me, tie me up, and then do some naughty things with my body, are you? Lin gets confused. What do you mean? Of course not. She says, All right then, I'll trust you. And the favorability increases. Our hero finds it strange. It increased. She trusts me just like that. He then says, Why did you ask me about that? She says, Before being transported to this world, the elders of her world warn that the creatures here are wicked, and many of them have been deceived to be used as toys. You're not a liar, are you? Our guy says no, and she believes him with 10 more trust. She drinks the potion. He's already noticed that she's very easy to deceive, thinking, Your elder told you to be careful, so why are you trusting me? He then asks, You said your race is migrating. You don't belong to this world. She says, Unfortunately, something so confidential cannot be disclosed to a stranger. Are you by any chance a strange creature? Our guy says, No, I'm a good creature. She says, Then I can tell you that we're migrating to the northern mountain of hell, a place with plenty of food and territory for our tribe to thrive. I'm trusting you, you know. If you deceive me, you're screwed. The protagonist says, Are you one of the warriors of the tribe? She pulls out her sword. I'm a powerful captain of the Goblin clan, the first knight to complete the test. Lord, you... The direction my sword points is the direction of the future of my nation. We will Lai says, I understand, but now sit down. Your wound has opened again. He thinks she's easy to deceive and a bit crazy. The amazing thing is that she's alive. And then he says, You said you were going to the Inferno northern part. What are you doing here in the Valley of the Soul, which is in the opposite direction? She replies, Don't talk nonsense. I would never be going in the wrong direction. Clearly, I'm going north. Linen says, All right then, where is north? She points, and he says, That's south. She says, It's impossible. She always goes in the right direction. She's already walked 2,000 miles. Her intuition tells her she's on the right path. Elle asks, Intuition? Do you always rely on your intuition? She responds, Why not? It's the talent of my tribe. Lin asks, how far is the place you want to get to from where you started? She thinks and says, obviously, I know this information, 500 miles. Lynn says, but you just told me you've already walked 2,000 miles. How come you haven't reached the destination of 500? Then she looks at her hand and analyzes. It's really strange. Our guy thinks, how am I going to help this girl? He goes to the drawer and picks something up. Here you go. I'll sell you this for only 200 coins. You'll never get lost again. She blushes. What is this? He explains. This is called a compass. It's worth 1,000 coins, but for you, my friend, I'll make it 200. She gets all excited, and he gains 60 more trust. However, he loses morality for this. The system congratulates. It's clear that you sell any junk for any price. Our guy touches her shoulder and says, as a friend, I have to warn you about something. She says, what? Lynn explains. When someone says that not a bad person, it doesn't mean they're good. And when they say they're good, it doesn't mean they're not lying to you. Understand? She says, thanks, but I don't even remember anymore. Lynn thinks, apparently there's nothing I can say to her. Well, she's been surviving until now. She should be able to keep surviving. He asks, where did that wound come from again? She says, it was a bite from a giant. Unfortunately, it's much stronger than me. If I hadn't dodged, I would have been eaten whole. So graceful. Lynn says okay, but he's confused. Why is she talking about it with such pride? He then asks her to take off her armor for the exams, but she says she can't. A knight like her can't be without protection. And for the first time, Lynn says he has to use anesthesia, but she says she doesn't need it. It will affect her reaction time, so she'd rather endure a little pain. Our hero asks, are you sure? She says, yes, I'm absolutely sure. He then says, good, you're the second bravest person I've seen. She's already all tied up, tells our guy, you can start having fun now. I'm already a fish on the chopping board. Our hero says, if you want, you can scream. Just don't bite your tongue. She replies, I already told you my pain tolerance is maximized. He then begins, already making a strike on the arm. The poor thing is already screaming and crying, wow, now I realize how tiny she is. And she's desperate, asking, why does it hurt so much? Why are you using such a sharp and torturous instrument? You want to cause me pain, don't you? Lynn says, girl, that was the first strike, and I've only just begun. Come on, wouldn't it be better to take an anesthesia? She's crying there, pretending to go beyond. No, I can't lose my reaction time. Another blow, pleading, please stop. It hurts so much. Lynn says, but you just told me that your pain resistance is maximized. She says, it hurts a lot even with everything maximized. But our guy isn't going to stop now. She stands up, opening her mouth, saying, she's going to bite him. She's tired of him. But he already puts the tube in her mouth, saying, stay still there. It's almost over. Lie. This has barely begun. He gains experience, gives her another cut. She cries desperately. After a while, phew, we're done. The system gives him the points. The poor thing is destroyed there. He removes the thing from her mouth. I told you, man, it was quick. Now we can move on to the next phase. Then he frees her, and the girl gets up saying, wow, it feels like I woke up from a nightmare. Our protagonist says, it's a normal reaction. She points to him. You're the first man to make me feel so much pain, and also the first to put such a big thing in my mouth to the point of making me drool. Why she said that, I don't know. Our hero says it was just so she wouldn't bite him and she wouldn't bite her own tongue. But it's certain that this will generate some misunderstanding in the world. However, she's all shy, saying she was impressed by his generosity, and he gains more favorability. Aaron is confused. What kind of person suffers so much and increases favorability? He then pulls out a green vial and says, now that we've dealt with any potential infection, we need to start building the next arm. However, before I begin, I need to ask you, do you have enough money? She asks, is it an expensive process? Lynn feels so sorry for her that he decides to even offer a fair price. She then replies that of course she has all the money, and she starts searching in her bra, pulling out a bunch of coins. However, Lynn notices something. Her black skull coins are painted as if they were normal coins, so she doesn't know the value of those. With a handful in her hand, she asks, Is this enough? He says, Of course, it's more than enough. Already thinking that now he'll have to give his best. He gets up saying, he'll fetch the best potion of all. He's going to use the new potion that we don't even know the side effects of yet. He warns her that it's a new potion, so he's not sure if it will work. However, with a foolish look, she already takes it, opens it, drinks it, looks at him, and says, My resistance is indeed very high. Potions don't work very well on me. Our hero asks, Then why did you come to my shop? She says, To try my luck, right? What if you have, I don't know, a metallic arm for me, you know? Our guy looks at the potion. Damn it, was the perfect opportunity to test this. Had to be someone with immunity. But the system gave it to me. It has to work. It doesn't make sense if this potion works even on those with immunity. The price would be much higher. He turns to her. Trust me, I'll make it work. If it doesn't, I won't charge you anything. She replies, Okay then, what do you want to do? And instead of drinking it, he pours it on her arm. The bandages fall off and her arm begins to reconstitute itself. Our hero is excited, but she still it seems like the effect was kind of, strange. Installing a metal arm now, that's when she starts to notice that it's working. She's surprised. Doctor, it's really working. It's kind of incredible, isn't it? Lynn thinks, wow, the recovery is better than I expected, and apparently no side effects. It's perfect. She says she's impressed. He's really a very capable man. He tells her, hold on, don't fall in love just yet because we don't know the side effects. But he gains another 50 favorability. He then asks, what did you feel when you drank it? She says, she felt kind of numb. Anything else? She says, it's quite comfortable, but it also felt like something else grew. I don't know, strange? Our guy is confused. Something else? What do you mean? A big tail then starts coming out of her back, and our guy has lost his sanity. The all-slimy tail is caressing her face. She's there all innocent. Oh, don't tease me like that, doctor. You're a good doctor, but you can't do this so casually. Favorability is increasing, so she likes it. But Lynn says, could you open your eyes and take a look? She sees it and gets kind of confused. The thing caressing her face looks to one side, then the other. Sanity already dropping by 60 per thing, goes into shock, throws herself on the ground wondering, why do I have a tentacle on my body? Lynn says, calm down, I'll help you. Stay calm. But her sanity is just dropping. She says, the thing is entering and going too deep. He asks, going? She says, it's in a strange and tight place. He then pulls it, gives it a stare. But it's coming out of your shoulder. Hold on a second. Then gives it a hack, disconnect the thing. It's still following her. Our guy smashes it. She asks, hey doctor, what's happening? Why was there a tentacle coming out of my shoulder? Lynn shamelessly says, don't worry, it's just a small side effect. Nothing major. She's confused. What kind of potion did you give me? I don't mind growing tentacles, but what if something even stranger grows? Clearly, it's not a restoration potion, but a mutation one. Our protagonist throws out a saying, that must be Chinese. The rich depend on technology, while the poor depend on mutation. He still says, look at your arm. It's already grown a lot. Just use a little more, and it will return. She timidly asks, are you sure? I think that thing will come back too. Olin says, don't worry. If it grows back again, I'll cut it off for you. Just trust me. Don't you want to see your entire arm back? She replies, okay, last time. He uses more medicine, and the big tentacle is already coming out again. This time it really was a tail, and he immediately cuts it off. However, the thing is now coming out from all over her armor. Our guy is slashing away. Even butterfly wings are sprouting from her back. She gets excited. Don't cut those! But it's too late. He already did. She says, I told you not to cut it. 10 minutes later, she's lying there on the bed, and he finally completes the mission. He asks, how do you feel? She says, she feels like her body is covered in strange things. Our guy tells her to stop lying. He already cut everything. It's just a hallucination. The treatment was perfect. He says, potions cost money, but cutting off tentacles costs nothing. With that feeling all sad, she heads for the door. Okay, can I go now? Lynn says, Of course, just don't forget to leave a like on our store to get an 11% discount. But at that moment, he says, "Wait a minute." She asks, "What's wrong?" "When you drank the potion, I didn't cut anything." "Are you sure there's nothing inside your body?" She looks at herself. "I don't think so." He says, "Okay then, maybe this potion doesn't always cause mutation. See you next time." Our guy thinks it was a success. He just has to sell it online now. But then he sees the bag of coins on the ground that used to be in her bra, and that's where she kept the coins. But when she left, she didn't even need them anymore. And then he understands. It was that wit grew. He needs to return the bag of money and prevent her chest from growing even bigger. But when he goes outside, there's no one there. He thinks, as a doctor, I made a really bad mistake, and I'll need to find a way to contact her and apologize. But as the lamp is about to turn off, it's time to close everything. At that moment, he spits blood, and the system says, "The risk has been created. The Bloody Night mission has been activated. Try in any way to survive until the next daybreak. 2,000 coins and 2,000 experience. Oh, it's not going to be easy." Our guy sees some floating text warning him to be careful, and he recognizes that the handwriting is from the professor. It must be some kind of warning that something bad is coming. He grabs the potion, the heart, the pistol, the dagger, everything he needs to survive. Considering that the rewards are greater, the danger is much greater. The mission indicated that it was a dangerous place, so he decided to leave. And obviously, he's going to the red-haired girl's house to spend the night there, right? You rascal! On the way through the city, some souls reacted to his lamp, and the system crisis automatically went to 100%. Seeing this, he hurried back, running to the shop and closing the door. He realizes that whatever it is, it seems to be after him. While he's trying to go to the back door, there's something at the front door, which already broke the entrance. Our guy is there with everything he has to try to protect himself. He hears a bunch of potions being smashed inside the shop, and he's just losing skull coins. What a damn thing. It's destroying everything. Losing all my money is worse than losing my life. I won't let this go unpunished. He tells the system to reactivate the Blood Witch's curse and deactivate the pistols. That way she'll realize something's wrong. And with the curse removed from the gun, he can deal with it. He heard the sound getting closer, thought it was coming to the door, but then it moved away. Lin wonders, is it going to the back? However, the monster's blow already went through the wall and him along with it. Our Lin fell to the ground, already coughing up blood. The beast used a portal on the wall. Oh man, our guy is almost losing consciousness as he looks at the door. When he manages to see what it is, and it's a really ugly big creature. This time, Hellwalker. Extremely evil. Combat ability, incomparable and powerful creature. It gets stronger by absorbing other creatures. Our guy's leg already has some tentacles climbing up, coming out of it, and that thing is consuming his flesh and blood. The beast does a quality analysis and decides besides that he's not good to be absorbed. It blows up our guy's leg. Man, did it have to be all this? Oh, poor thing, he's finished. The monster still feels that he lost the ability to move and needs to be finished off now. Our hero is lost, heart pounding. He fires a shot that went into the eye and pierced. The big guy is going crazy. He takes advantage to put on the blood cape that turns him into an untouchable evil spirit. While the beast is going crazy, undergoing a transformation, he's just running away and hiding. He throws himself into the barrels there, all beaten up. Damn it, I should have imagined that a beast of this level would easily find my location. These days have been so easy that I even forgot that you can die at any time in this world. Our guy feels something strange in his leg. Some kind of mutation is about to happen. He tries to stop it, but can't. The system warns, side effect proliferation beginning. Your body will undergo a level 1 mutation. Some tentacles start to come out. It has advanced to level 2 mutation, more flesh and blood tentacles, and even an eye on the back of the neck. The beast is still going crazy, thrashing around until our guy is coming and hiding. The big guy feels his presence and sends an attack. Man, but now he's all Spider-Man hanging on the wall. Look at the psychopath smile. Now you're finished. The bullets are all going through the creature as it is of sacred attribute. It easily pierces. Or not. Actually, the creature stopped the bullets and threw them away. And then our guy gets terrified again. The deal is to run, my son. Get out of there! But the demon can see him even with the cape on. Yes, a look, and his skin starts melting. So he throws the potion that causes mutation on his own face. That's because he's already mutated. The system once again, your body is undergoing a mutation. The creature comes to make another attack, but it turned into a bunch of digital stuff appeared on his back. It almost grabbed him. Our protagonist is confused. I'm wearing the cape. How can he still attack me? He almost got caught again. He keeps running, throws more poison on his body. Eyes that can see ghost energy are born, and then he realizes that the hand the monster created is spiritual. That's why he's getting beat up. He sees he's under a bunch of eyes, all with spiritual power. He realizes the cape is just getting in the way. He's still being seen but can't hit. He jumps down into the store again. He throws the cape, starts hunting for potions, but the hand is coming. Lin sent some explosions there. It's a potion against evil spirits. The big hand is already there. He's passing him the blade. Our maniac starts to smile. The anti-spirit potion worked. Look at the little hand trying to escape. He takes advantage to try. He's going to finish him off well. But the creature grabbed his spine. Our guy then thinks, was this the monster that bit the girl's arm? As soon as he sees that the monster is 100% back, he understands probably he's resistant to the potion too. If that's the case, what is he going to do? Can't hide, can't run away, can't kill. The potions don't work. The creature is pulling his spine. Let go, man. Our guy says he still has a chance, turns around, throws himself on the ground. But man, he broke your spine. And now, however, he took advantage to cut off the arm. It's the enemy of biology with a broken spine walking, breaking walls, running. That's because he's got that cursed heart inside him. But the system warns, you have to be careful when using this because it's very likely to take control of you. He's psychopathic, saying, it's time for them to have fun. He tears out the heart, points to the big guy, throwing some spirits into him. The curses seem to be entering his flesh, not only entering but circulating through the creature's body. Our hero is just confused. Will it work? Facing the creature, the system warns that the effects are taking over the creature. Its energy center and cells are being weakened. Finally, our boy is confident. However, the creature starts an emergency repair. Seeing this, he already pulls out the saw blade. I have to finish this while it's weak. But the big heart inside him is absorbing everything because in the description it said it's a heart that needs a lot more blood. He falls to his knees, screwed. One more potion, one more gulp. Saying, I need to survive at least, regardless of what I will become. He let out a yell. There's something coming out of his eye. The system still warns, you have reached a level 3 mutation. Your physique and willpower cannot fully control this mutation. Current mutation, snake brain. You control 31% of it. Our boy says, it's the only way, and sends the snake to eat the heart. However, when he's finally ready to return to combat, the big guy is back too, already giving him a star down. The system warns that the creature has returned to spiritual form. Our boy tries to flee again. Once this creature reaches 100%, there's no way he'll get out alive. But look who he sees coming from afar. Will she save our boy? But she's also a bit beaten up, carrying a head. She arrives at our protagonist and asks, you're quite unique today, aren't you, sweetheart? Are you trying to do some kind of different performance? Our guy says, yes, exactly. But why didn't you come sooner? Didn't you realize your curse came back? She covers his mouth and says, calm down. Missing me so much from yesterday? I'm joking. Of course I noticed, but I was dealing with something. After all, my daughter is growing up, and as a mommy, I need supplements for her. But seeing you like this, do you have a problem? Do you want my help? Aaron says, yes, I'm being hunted by the monster. If you help me get rid of him, I'll forgive your debts for 5 months. She says, just that? I'm not interested. Lynn increases it. It's all free for 10 months. However, she still says she's not interested. Our guy sees that the devil is coming, and the system warns that the crisis is only getting worse. He turns to her. So please, name a price in any condition. She licks her lips and asks, you didn't want to surrender to me last time, so if you come to beg on your knees in front of me and kiss my big toe, I'll help you. Our protagonist asks if it's about romance. She says, that's not the case. This time it's just humiliation. He then refuses and says, if I survive, see you next time. The little girl was proud, thinking, That's right. Never surrender. Even the mother liked it. She grabbed our hero, pulled him, and threw him into an adventure in the mountains, saying she finds him very cute. Not even with his life at risk does he abandon his honor. The favorability increases. He says, "Of course not. But what are you going to do now?" The little witch is going to help. She uses her Tokyo Ghoul power, already throwing a bunch of claws on the ground. But the creature is defending everything and even analyzes to devour her as a priority. Can she do it even though she transformed too? Our protagonist warns her to be careful. He has a kind of hand that can pierce anything and hurts in the soul. From afar, he climbs up and watches the fight. They're both so fast you can't see anything, just the creature being cut. He's impressed, saying, "She's wonderful in combat. I didn't know she was like this." He starts trying to cheer her on from afar. "Madam, you're very strong, so cool, so beautiful, so perfect, so sexy. Your tentacles are fascinating. You penetrate my heart." He's gaining favorability. I don't know what he's trying to do. While the devil keeps evolving, he's detecting threats and going to a secondary level. Our hero just finds it strange. The blonde is tearing the creature apart, and he's still the main target. At this point, something passes by him. "What's this, man?" She spits out some creatures. There's an explosion from both attacks, but nothing happens. The creature comes at him again. She sent the blade to protect our boy, already wrapping around the creature's tentacle, biting everything from the sides, coming in Orochimaru style, piercing the eyes. Our boy, seeing a bunch of remnants on the ground, thinks, finally, it's settled. But the eyes start lying. The blonde is already piercing everything again. "Man, she did everything, huh?" Lin is already angry. "What a disaster. How persistent is this creature?" Pulling out the Chicago toys, shooting at everyone. He even gains experience for hitting the bullets, but the thing doesn't end. He's running away and taking potions. Another big claw comes at him. Now he's using the tools with the tentacles. He's going crazy, and the little creature in his arms too, going to take a big bite. Another attack from her. However, the creature is very stubborn, but finally inside the eye, she finds a little demon praying. She says, if she kills that thing there, the creature loses control. But he opens his eye right on time, and they're electrocuted. Second-degree analysis complete. Initiating countermeasures. She's still going for it anyway, stretching her neck up there. However, she got caught halfway. The two down there are worried, asking what happened. Something falls beside them. It's a tentacle with her face. Lin asks, "What are those hands on your body?" She explains that the creature was analyzing her combat power, adapting, and now it's devouring and assimilating. Our hero is trying to free her there, but he can't. The big guy is already using the power there that used to be in her hair. And the crisis that had subsided because of her is rising again. In an instant, it's back to 99%. The eye takes another look and then jumps at our protagonist. But he uses his mutation to protect himself, tries to attack, but the creature dodges. He steps aside but already spitting blood. For someone who underwent so much mutation, spitting blood is nothing. But now he's screwed. He didn't expect the Blood Witch to lose the fight. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He stands there trying to think of a solution. At that moment, he opens that trap door back there and says, "Hey, I don't know who's there, and I know you hate me because I only feed you with lousy medicine. However, it's the perfect time for you to get angry. Come here and defend our shop." The system says the creature has a good impression of him. A small tentacle starts to rise, not small, gigantic, with a big mouth. The system says, it's a demonic baby. If this is a baby, how big does it get when it grows up? Everything about it is a question mark. You can't know anything. But the monster is giving him friendly licks, and the system warns that the creature likes him. Our hero then points and says, "I need your help dealing with that thing. My friend was eaten." The creature is standing there doing nothing. He offers, "I'll give you 2 months of great potions." His favorability increased by 0. And the creature seems to be finishing devouring the thick witch there. Our protagonist goes after the basement creature. The damn thing thinks it's Jack Sparrow on the ship. However, the monster jumps, trying to escape. "Son," Lin says, "come back now. I need to rescue my friend." "I'll give you 3 months of potion." The creature returns, already giving him a lick. Our hero compliments. However, the system says the creature doesn't like that. Another attack coming towards them. The devil starts analyzing the basement creature to adapt to it too. Man, the creature draws some blue lines there that wrap around the creature and crush it. Our boy already warns, no way, he knows there's no chance. He's running towards a ball there with an eye with a portal. He already takes out his blood cape, touches the thing, and goes into something. Is it inside the creature? He's looking for something. He finds a hand buried and pulls it. Really was the thick friend, and they're inside the creature. But a piece of the brain is missing. Man, a lot of pieces are missing. There's just a little bit left of her. Is our boy going to try to heal her with a potion? My boy, he's going to have to throw her into the potion pool. The creature again target gets her to attack. Arlene uses one of those cursed hairs from the butcher to wrap around the creature's tongue that's outside, and she pulls them both. However, the big guy is there again. We're going to die here, son. Someone has to save our boy because he's starting some kind of soul devouring. He's being buried in flesh as he tries to get out. Is he going to die? He's thinking, this world is like this. Even though I've given my best, in the end I'll be swallowed. It's never been easy to survive. At least I've been lucky so far to meet good people. He broke another potion and threw all the liquid into his mouth. The level 3 mutation began. Even the witch's pupil shrank. She couldn't recognize the creature. Once again tries to activate its target analysis to see what's happening. However, it's saying the mutation is too abnormal and the analysis is failing. The target's efficiency exceeds the analysis capacity. But the system is also telling the protagonist, mutation out of control, spreading. A gigantic tentacle emerges from the already large creature, full of corrupted heads. The witch is being buried. She falls to the ground and looks around, wondering what it is. Wow, a bunch of crazy lind heads. The big devil eye is finally torn apart. Something falls out of it. We see Lin's face. The sanity of the monster and his own has dropped. The creature decides to initiate a biological extermination. It even summons a dragon spitting fire at our hero's head. But he has a lot of heads now. I don't know if it will work. Now it's clear the creature looks like a hellish dragon. Our hero is a bunch of tentacles with his face. But there's some mutation happening inside the creature too. The witch is confused, not understanding what's happening. All she can perceive is that Lin is becoming corrupted, turning into a fleshy thing. But the big eye is still trying to make analyses, but now it's finally breaking down. The system says, there's a creature trying to engulf it, but it's undergoing a special level 9 mutation. Then a flash of light happens right in the middle of the eye. Special alert, mutant unit appears. Molecular reorganization. System outside. The witch is trying to communicate with him, but he's just mumbling, sending out some RR. She gets scared. This voice of Lin now. Why is it so similar to my evil voice? She imagines that some part of her merged with him when she was being swallowed. There's a piece of meat there with eyes all twisted, forming a huge eye. The system warning that the whole body has failed. Body loss has reached 88%. The eye is even larger and more twisted. And the witch feels that the puppet she was controlling somehow is dying. A hand comes out from the top of the big eye. Not even the witch knows what's going on. Then we see a blood moon and a clock tower inside it. There's a cauldron with some operations going on, and the guys there are receiving a warning. Flesh Golem Type 3 has 98% of its body damaged. The guys say, Master, we lost contact with Type 3 sent to Blood Peak. These bastards are all from the Demon Association. The Master responds, Are you kidding me? Type 3 is the most advanced of all demon hunters in the Association. Unless it's a root or king level creature, nothing else in this dark world can be its opponent. Looks like these rebels who don't want to return to the Association really are powerful. Luckily, we've already killed many of them, strengthened with Blood Peak blood. Is that the Blood Peak there? The guy says, Locate the coordinates of Type 3 and send a predator. At the same time, give our protagonist a break, please. There's no rest in this world. At this point, we see the witch pulling Lin out of the piece of meat. Our boy looks very clean for someone who came out of a thing. She's confused. Why does he look so good? Something strange. But she can't worry about that now. He needs to rest first. However, there's a demonic tongue coming out of his hand. Our hero completed an extremely difficult mission and reached level 10. Now he can start the class change. Sometime later, he wakes up in the ruined bed, but he recognizes right away that it's the thick witch's bed. He wants to know why he's here. Was I swallowed by the creature? She appears. Lynn, you're awake. Did you survive too? She comes running, wanting to know how his body is. Are you feeling anything? Is something wrong? He stops her and says, Wait, explain to me what happened. He explains that it's been 2 days since he doesn't remember. She'll tell him everything later. He asks, So is the monster already dead? Did all that evil stuff come out from inside it? She's making a seductive face, saying, Yes, she's thinking someone capable of killing something so powerful is uncommon. Lynn, you're making your big sigh more and more interested. All that fighting had its advantages. Lynn wonders if it might have been the excessive use of the potion. The level of mutation caused him to enter an unconscious state. However, the mutation was so intense that it destroyed the monster from the inside out. The lingering questions are, how did his body return to normal? Where did that creature come from? And why was it focused on killing him? He asks where the creature's body is, and she says it's at the back of the house. She waited there because there might be some secret. Our boy barely woke up and already wants to go see it. He believes there might be a clue about where his professor ended up. The rest of the creature is outside. Our guru even says, Wow, did I kill this? She says, Yes, but let's not forget that it was completely mutated, so much so that even she was scared. Our boy already knows. If that's true, then the power of the mutation must be somewhere in my body. Friend, there's a lot of devil in your shadow. I think there's something wrong with you. The system once again says he's locked at level 10 until he selects a new class. He wants to know, System, explain to me where I am with this mutation. The system says nothing, just gives him a mission. Find out by midday what happened to your body and control this curse, or it will become irreversible and take over you. Darn system, I ask what's happening, and you give me a mission. He gets angry and starts hitting the system, which says, Dear user, please don't be angry with the system. We're just delivering the missions. He looks at his friend and says, Sorry, but I have something urgent I have to do. He rushes out, but he comes back, grabs the body, and then runs back home. Arriving home, he goes to Sarah's library. He remembers he had some books about mutations. After reading for some time, 4 things are important. First, his body's mutation is in the incubation process, so it's not complete. Second, the mutation acts on its own. Third, it wasn't him who defeated the creature, but the mutation. Fourth, he only woke up from the coma because of the system. He wasn't supposed to wake up. He remembers that as a reward for the missions, he received a body reorganization. He uses it to try to locate the mutant part. The ability really reorganizes everything. He can see himself entirely. He says he's getting stronger and invincible. Man, the uglier the stronger, right? The bones reconstitute, the cells reorganize, and in the middle of it all, he tries to find what's mutated. Where does this curse keep so much flesh? Why did he get so big? He sees some poison nearby and decides to try to solve it like this. He takes a swig and falls to the ground. Feel that, you trash. The system warns that the host is losing life. However, it gained resistance to poisoning. He's trying to rip the devil out with hatred. What's the taste? Ate you mutant? This is the most powerful insecticide I created from memories of my world. Better leave my body. But when he looks at his hand, nothing happens. He curses, no reaction. He just runs out. You want to see what I'll do then? He gets upstairs, opens all the poison bottles, throws it all inside. The system warns again, you have suffered various injuries and your skin is melting. The madman is there. And now, huh? Are you convinced? I'm telling you, this pain is nothing to me. This is the worst body for you to stay in, you mutant! I'm going to make you suffer. Man, I don't know if our boy realized, but he went crazy after that demon. He's already preparing something unhealthy in the jar. He makes a very dangerous plague potion and a potion to weaken defenses. His plan is simple. He will weaken himself and then drink the demon's poison. A sip in the wine and a sip in the poison. A perfect combination. The system says, you are completely poisoned, and your current life is rapidly decreasing. Your death will occur in 20 minutes. So he takes a healing potion, and then he takes a poison. His plan is to make the virus go crazy. The virus is causing distraction to his main organs. And now you will die in 15 minutes. Our boy looks exhausted, saying, no one could handle this. If it's a battle of endurance, he won't lose. He's already on the timer. 20 minutes later, nothing happens. He takes more poison. Man, you're going to die like this anyway. He throws it on the ground and grabs something to produce something even worse. Are you going to eat that thing? The pot is boiling. Potion produced. Another gulp. Wow, it looks like there are heads inside that thing. He's going crazy. Look at that psychopathic face. But there he goes again, just consuming everything from the cauldron, saying, "Come out again. Come out now." He's drooling with his tongue out, eyes all twisted, going crazy. Come out. Come out. Something came out in his hand. The system says, question mark, question mark. It's afraid of you. Our boy was looking at his hand and the thing coming out. 10 more of fear. However, the thing started to go back into the body. He said, "Oh yeah, take this." He goes to take another big gulp. 15 more fear. 20 more of fear. What's this? The little arm is running away, taking control of the protagonist's hand. He uses the healing potion on himself while our boy drinks poison on the other side. The devil is saying, "My God, enough of this, man. You're getting addicted to these potions." Already 30 more of fear. He's spamming all the potions at the same time. The creature is exhausted. Now I can't take it anymore. The feeling of being poisoned and then healed? My mind is being destroyed. However, she saw that the protagonist is going crazy. This guy can't take it anymore either. But he gets up. Just one more. Just one more. It's getting good now. The creature's fear keeps increasing. Enough, man. Don't drink more poison. But our hero says, it's just one more medicine. Just one more. Falls to the ground. And now, did he kill the creature? He's crawling to try to grab the healing potion. Got to the pot, opened it, poured another one. Man, the creatures in this world are very persistent. When our boy opens his eyes again, he received a bunch of experience, mainly resistance to poison. In addition, he received the achievement, Poison Cauldron. You get this by being poisoned 500 times in a short period. Our hero has a headache, thinking, I remember that some part of my body was moving on its own. I just don't know what it was. But the little hand talks to him. Phew, I'm saved. The system gives the description of the creature. Deformation that was born inside a human with a combination of a golem, a faceless demon, heart fragments of an evil spirit, parts of a witch, and remains of a human. Man, it has everything, and then some. Our boy is staring. Already runs to get more poison. But the hand says, enough for God's sake. I'm going to eat you. Our hero responds, now I know why I couldn't drink the poisons anymore. The big creature there is in a fight trying to eat him. Until something activates. Apparently, the desire to control the creature caused it to freeze because the devil is saying, are you trying to control me? A trash human like you is the one who needs to be controlled. One hand is fighting the other there. Our boy won't back down, takes a punch to his own hand. Ironically, when he hits his hand, he also loses life. The creature's hand tries to lick him, and he bites its tongue, takes the opportunity to run away with it into the operating room, going to try to rip it out. Grabs the hand to try to immobilize it. The blade is already coming down. Oh, damn it! Managed to block it with a little blade. The crazy Lin says, I just want to give you a cut, man. Then I'll put you in a medicine to turn you into a wonderful species. The fight goes on and on. Our boy loses his blade, and the hand takes the opportunity to strike him right in the thigh. He managed to hold on. Our boy sees from the outside one of those potions that he throws into the hole of that creature. The devil says, do you think I'll let you drink that? Only in your dreams. But Lin activates the flesh cataclysm, sends a kind of disfigured hand which pulls the potion back and throws it into the devil's little hand. The hand lost strength. Our boy. Phew, finally. But apparently the poison was more than he could handle. The system warns, you were poisoned a bit. You were poisoned a lot. You were severely poisoned. He's already puking rainbows now. He can't even handle it. And the devil's hand is talking, fools, even if you put poison in my mouth, you'll still receive the effect. Oh, we see that creature that lives down in the basement. Something falls there. The rest of that devil's poison. She takes a sip and seems to like it. Our hero is vomiting down there. Now even the creature below wants to kill him. Are you trying to give me this? But the devil's hand takes the chance to remove everything too. The hand speaks. Just wait until I finish puking. I'll kill you. Our boy falls to the ground and says, a truce. In a little while, I'll cut you. The devil's hand says, all right. She's not feeling hungry now. Our boy replies, let's live in peace. She makes a pinky promise. All right, good suggestion. Our boy, there's no reason for us to fight like this, right? Yeah, man, why is that? We're both losing out. Two consciences in the same body is something quite acceptable if you think about it. Yes, we can live calmly, peacefully. But they've already started trying to kill each other again. Even though they're fighting, our boy is returning to the shop. If I didn't have a customer to attend to, I'd cut you right now. Apparently, someone is knocking on the door. Our boy says, I'm going. When he opens it, a buff goat creature of the alien race, level 69, powerful ability in close combat. Our boy just welcomes, Sarah's Pharmacy. The goat is kind of, what the hell is this, man? Looking at our boy there banging a knife on the other, yeah, welcome. I'm taking care of this place because the boss is away, so I'm the boss here. What do you need, my customer? Sanity has dropped a bit. The goat says, I'm a foreigner from a distant land, and I'm kind of sick. I was passing by and came to see if the doctor could take a look. Our boy says, you found the perfect person. Whatever the illness is, I can cure it without medicine. Our boy says to the hand, damn it, stop attacking me. Can't you see I have a customer? The goat asks, what's going on? You know what, boss? This pharmacy here is a little different, huh? I think I'm leaving. You're too busy. Suddenly, a cleaver almost got the poor guy. Sanity has already dropped. Lynn says, sorry, my little hand dropped it. The goat says, don't worry, kid. It's okay. What kind of place is this? What do you mean it fell? He clearly threw it at me. Lynn says, come in, come. Don't be afraid. But the goat is looking at all the destruction. What's this? Was there a war in this place? Lynn explains that they're just going through some renovations. You're not going to tell me you think there was a life or death fight here. The goat looking a lot of cuts. Clearly there was a battle. But our figure is already on the back, already sharpening the blade. The goat thinks something's wrong. Since I walked into this door here, why does he look like a psychopath? Already swallows hard and says, kid, I gotta go. See, let me explain. I was rude. I walked in with my left foot first. I have to go outside and come back with the right one. Lynn says, oh, is that it? But you're not going to leave me alone, are you? He responds, and if I do, the customer is always right? But the protagonist goes crazy, saying that if he leaves, he will have to be cut to death. Now it's bad for the goat. He's already in shock. If I stay, he cuts me. If I leave, he cuts me. 10 sanity. Sweating, he thinks, it's very scary. Why does the owner of this store have to be so cruel? He asks our boy, why are you fighting with your 2 knives? Are you practicing your combat skills? Lynn replies, combat skills? No, I'm just trying to cut off my left hand. The curious goat, but why? The kid says he can't explain, but just know that this left hand here isn't very good. It eats people. If I don't cut it off, it will eat even my customers. The goat scared, cannibalism? Lynn turns around saying, relax, as long as I'm here, it won't be able to eat you. The goat wants to know, hold on, this is very suspicious. You're trying to kill me and blame it on your left hand, aren't you? I may be a foreigner, but I'm not that stupid. You know what, boss? You're too busy there with your so-called hand, aren't you? So I'm out. But Lynn says, it's over. I'm not busy anymore. Let's start diagnosing now. Already throwing a bunch of tools on the floor. The goat asks, what are you looking for? Why are only weapons falling out of this box? The goat tries to sneak to the door. Lynn talking to his own arm. You damn, I may not be able to cut you, but I'll call my neighbor and she'll finish you off. The goat thinks it's for him. Wait, he's warning me again. If that's the case, I'll have to handle this. He's going to try to fight our boy, approaching. He thinks, I'll come slowly and surprise him. Jumped up, but right then Lynn said, now I'll cut you. He quickly hides the blade. Our boy looks, oops, I found my stethoscope. What's the problem, little goat? The poor guy is trembling all over and says, nothing, let's get started. Listening to the goat's heartbeat while holding his own hand. The goat asked, Doctor, is there something wrong with me? thinking this doctor is imagining how he's going to cut me and roast me, isn't he? But our boy says, your heartbeat is irregular. Have you had any severe fights recently? The goat says, maybe, but thinks, damn it, he knows why my heart is racing. Our boy says he's showing signs of poisoning. The goat asks, what do you mean? Lynn says, your skin has some dark spots, your lips are purple, and your eyes are sunken. All signs of poisoning. If you're exposed to any kind of fear in this situation, the rapid circulation of the poison can kill you. The goat's in trouble there. Lynn asks, have you been attacked by something recently? The goat says, it wasn't really an attack. He was in a swamp and ended up dragging his arm near some vines. However, he only used some bandages since it wasn't serious. The system analyzes it, and the protagonist discovers that there's a vine called human-faced vine. However, he already has to defend himself from the hand again. Stop it. Are you trying to secretly attack me? The goat questions. Human face vine? What's that? Our boy explains that it's a type of poisonous vegetation. It waits for creatures to pass by before attacking them. The good thing is that its poison takes a long time to incubate, so it's not fatal unless you get involved in certain situations. The goat wants to know what situations. Lynn tells him, if you get scared of things in that ear, speeds up your heart. Everything can get worse. To prevent the blood from spreading, you have to stay very still and calm. The goat says, yeah, I'm very calm here. I'm peaceful. But the hand is almost biting Lynn. It's about to swallow the poor goat. Sanity drops by 20? While he fights the hand, he says, if the poison starts to spread, you'll start to smell a fragrance. It will make all the creatures around you want to devour you. Your luck is that our pharmacy is a safe place, and there are no scary creatures around. But there's already something on his mind. He says, wow, if the evil creatures are being attracted, the blood has to be removed. 1 minute late, and you could die. But wait, before removing it, it's good to use a recovery medicine and drink plenty of water. However, the goat has already pulled out the knife to drain all the blood. The goat looks and says, now I've taken it out. Lynn says, my dear visitor, why did you want to break free so badly? The angry goat retorts, you shouldn't have started your sentence telling me to take it out. Now stop this wound here. Look how my business is bleeding.